This is the Russian Dynamite, Masha Slamovich.
Becca here.
This is Not America's Sweetheart, Davian. And
It's Billy Starks. And
the super fly guy, Trayvon Jordan.
This is the fly side flyer, Jalen Brandon.
Hardcore Princess, Jules Malone.
Hi there, this is the Bubblegum Princess, Alexia Nicole.
This is the Brazilian Wonder Woman, Christy James.
This is the baddest black belt, Chennai Kai.
This is Kid Bandit.
The smash hit, Joel Bateman.
This is Robin Renegade.
Cody Hawk.
Brutal Bob Evans. And you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment, one of my favorite podcasts in the whole wide world.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is the Prince of Chaos, Dae Jamison, and you are watching Wrestling with Entertainment.
Hello, and welcome to the show. It's Wrestling with Entertainment, the only audio experience on the web today, the trusted choice for interviewing all your favorite wrestlers every Tuesday and Wednesday on YouTube and Castbox, sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. I'm, of course, your host, James J., and it's a great day for wrestling, because we are wrestling with the Prince of Chaos, Dae Jamison.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the invite. I appreciate coming on here. And let's see what type of information we could pull out.
Absolutely. First bit of information, where can we find you next event-wise?
Oh, I'm going to be in Charleroi, Pennsylvania, there in Mon Valley Pro Wrestling this Saturday. And then this Sunday, I will be somewhere in Ohio for EWA, Erie Wrestling Association. And the following weekend, I believe I will be in Illinois for my very first time in my career. So it's going to be extremely interesting and then a very, very fun opportunity.
Sounds like you're all over the map.
Trying. That's the goal, man. We're trying.
Hell yeah. And where can we find you on social media and merchandise?
You can search me up at Real Dae Jamison on all social media websites. And then merchandise, you come find me at a show. We're currently working on getting a website started, just strictly for my merchandise. But yeah, if you find me at any of the shows, that's one of my biggest thing is find me. If you could find me, I always have merchandise with me, from stickers to shirts to bandanas to sunglasses to bracelets to tote bags to coffee coolers or beer coolers. You name it, we have it all.
So Prince of Chaos and sales as well.
Hey man, money is money, you know?
Don't I know it? Alright, and you don't have to go looking for it. All of the links to all his social media will be in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox. Alright, let's get into it. You work for SCW. Can you tell us about your relationship with the company?
I am currently one half of the SCW Ohio Tag Team Champions with my tag team partner, Ampo. We are known as The Collective. We've held the championships for 7 months. We will be defending our tag team titles next month, first weekend of next month. I believe the 2nd of May it is, or the 4th of May. 2nd or 4th of May. I can't keep up with all the dates. Yeah, man, it was a long journey. I started there, so I've been there roughly like 2 years now. Very early into my career, I had an opportunity to go against my now tag team partner, and me and him went one-on-one. He beat me, and then I traveled around with him for a little bit to other promotions and just started antagonizing him, and then we ended up coming back to SCW in Zanesville, and we were trying to become a team. That was the whole point. It was just on where needed us or who was really going to give us an opportunity. So as soon as that opportunity came about, we jumped on it. Immediately got tag team gear made, just so that we could look the part and not only be the part, but we are the part. And man, it's been great. I will say, from the owners up there to each and every single one of the fans that show up each and every month that come up and get autographs or buy merchandise or just want pictures, man, it's a blessing. It really is a blessing.
Now, like I said earlier, all over the map. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but you currently hold 3 different championships from 3 different companies, no?
Yes, sir.
What does that mean to you? To, not just be, trusted from like a home company, but, from multiple promotions for them to say, hey, you're our guy, we're trusting you with the strap.
It makes that little kid inside of me extremely happy. These are moments that I dreamed as a kid, and I think to a certain extent, I what's the word I'm looking for? I don't think I appreciate it as much as I should, um, because now it's kind of just like part of the process for me. But like that little kid in me, every time I win a championship, like it's probably one of the most amazing feelings to have a crowd behind you, like not only just the promoters and the bookers, it's having the crowd behind you and like having some of the fellow workers that you work with, even like some of their support. Because I'm young, man. I just turned 21. I debuted whenever I was 19, so I'm still very fresh into the professional wrestling world. So for the companies that have blessed me with opportunities. At one point, I was holding 4 championships. Um, yeah, big thank you to the promoters. That's JICW, Mon Valley, Zanesville, Ohio, USWA, SCW. Um, the companies that took that opportunity on me very early, I am very appreciative of that because not only did it help me grow as a character, but it helped me grow as a person in the way I carry myself. So yeah, just huge opportunities, and extremely glad that I'm able to get those type of opportunities very early.
And one of those championship you've held for over a year now, no?
Yes, sir. I believe it was March 8th or 9th, March 8th or 9th of 2025. I won my very first championship, which was the USWA Keystone State Championship, which I still hold. I defend that championship, I believe, June or July against DK Alexander. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun.
Isn't that amazing to to capture your first championship and still have it to this day?
Yeah, to a certain extent. So there's been a lot of ups and downs with that, um, from like shows being canceled or talent being injured and not being able to defend my championship as much as I'd like to. Um, I think I'm at about 3 or 4 title defenses, and that's been a year and uh, almost a year and a month now. So I wish to defend it more, and I'm hoping that can happen as long as I'm able to retain my championship against DK. I'm hoping to continue defending my championship at least once a month if possible.
Hell yeah. And I mean, winning a championship when you did, is that like a moment you take in the moment, or is it something that kind of sets in afterwards? Like, wow, I did this.
Yeah, that was definitely it hit me once I got to the back. Like while I was still in the ring and in front of the crowd, it was just like it happened. But once I got to the back and we started like taking pictures, that's whenever everything really started to hit. Like this is no longer just a dream. Like I made my dream come true. Um, just believing in myself and trusting the process. It's been a journey so far.
Now, you are indeed a second generation in the business of pro wrestling. Uh, can you tell us about the advantages and disadvantages of being a second gen uh, pro wrestler?
Um, I think people look at me differently, knowing that like I don't know. I think people just I don't know how to put that into actual words. I think there's more of like, is he gonna live up to the hype of what like his uncle was, or is he gonna live up to the name that's brought me to where I'm at? You know, I mean, nothing was handed out to me not because of anybody knowing anybody, like my dad running a promotion, or my uncle Josh being a wrestler. Like, it's not, and nobody's given me any handouts. If anything, it's made my life harder because of some of the dumb mistakes that they made in their career or prior to their career, and it kind of casts a shadow on me. At some points, but it doesn't stop me. It doesn't affect me. It doesn't stop my progression. I'm still very active in the gym, still very active training. That grind has never left. Um, it gives me more of a reason to push myself and be better than the people that were ahead of me.
Did you ever have a conversation with your uncle about pro wrestling?
Yeah, I retired him, and then he came back. Yeah, the way the world wrestling works.
What did it mean to be in the ring with your uncle?
It was crazy. It was our first time ever having a match. It was in his home promotion. It was um it was really my debut match in Mon Valley Pro. It was my first time at the church, and it was his retirement tour. He had one match. After that match, he hand chose me to wrestle, and to go out there and oh my gosh, everything we did was just so similar. Like, the way we would move to the way we like went about our moves. He chipped my tooth. I can say he was the only person in professional wrestling to physically harm my beautiful teeth. So shout out to Josh for that. Um, but yeah, it was an awesome moment. I was very grateful that the promoter and Josh gave me the opportunity to do such. Um, but he didn't get to go out the way he wanted to. So sorry, Josh.
What about your dad? Your mom and dad are, were promoters at one point. Did they give you any advice when it came to entering the wrestling business?
My dad was always trying to keep me safe, everything to learn about safety in professional wrestling. That was his biggest goal. Um, my mom, not so much. My mom kind of went off and did other things, so I wouldn't really speak to my mom about wrestling. It was more so like my dad whenever it came down to that conversation. Um, but like my dad, he definitely gave me a lot of insight. He knew a lot of people that were quote unquote veterans in my area, so I had a few connections through there. Um, and man, I don't know, talking to some of the old vets, it is very helpful because of the paths that they had to take, but also at the same time, wrestling has changed so much that even their experience at points doesn't work. If you know what I mean.
Right.
The experience now and the way that, like, even with social media, that things have changed drastically. So I think we're all learning here. I think everybody gets to learn it about wrestling every single day. It changes. Every single day it changes. New styles. So having a few of those older guys and show me some of that the old school mentality, it's definitely helped for sure.
I can imagine, being around the business, practically your whole life didn't help you as well. Being around the boys when your mom and dad were promoting.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember too much of it. I was pretty young, but I do remember like the Samoans were there, like Afa and Sika, they were there in my dad's promotion, and um I just remember being so deathly terrified of those guys. Like legitimately terrified of those guys because they were big dudes. They looked scary. They just looked mean. Um, but I think that was kind of like my first little taste of it, and then I realized like I love this. This is what I want to do with my life. This is everything I dreamed of is happening, and the progression is slowly starting to get where I want to be.
And let's talk about where you are right now. You're in the collective. Can you tell us about your relationship with the other members, Brian, Ampo, and Daniel?
Oh man. So Ampo's big brother for sure. That's definitely the big brother there. They're all big brothers to me in some way or form. They have a lot of years of life than I do. They have more years of life than I do. So, some things whenever it comes down to just simple livelihood, I could ask them questions and, you know, um, these guys give me feedback. Poe, whenever I first came back to training after, shoot, I don't even know how many years. I walked away from training to deal with a relationship. I moved to Florida, came back to Pennsylvania, decided like wrestling was what I wanted, left the relationship, and Poe was the guy that would show up at the gym with me. And then Daniel started showing up because he wanted to become a wrestler. So, Daniel started training with us, and Poe and Lestat, Brian, um, Poe and Lestat were already traveling around. So when it came down to my debut, it was the collective with Lestat, William Renee, and Ampo. And then I joined to help a faction war in Ohio. And William Renee, who's no longer with the group because he decided to leave us all for dead, he left the group because he was jealous of me, and we got to the point where the collective grew me in. And then when Daniel was ready, um, nobody really wanted to step foot in front of him, so we decided to stand with him. And now we got our Samoan Wrecking Ball. Each one of us are very, very particular on what we can do. Each one of us have something special that we bring to the table. And when you get the four of us together, oh man, all hell breaks loose.
Hell yeah. That being said, what is a pet peeve about each individual that you just don't understand?
I don't think I really have any pet peeves. Maybe like, I don't know. I don't think I have any pet peeves on the guys. I think that's like why we run so cohesively. There's like, we understand each other to a T. I know what Poe's gonna do before he does it. I know what Daniel's gonna do before he does it. I know what Lestat's gonna do before he does it. And the same thing goes vice versa. We know each other so well that I don't think we grew any pet peeves yet. It might be just a little bit too early into our stable, but no pet peeves as of yet.
I gotcha. Well, you mentioned that you got drawn into a faction war. Your first night with this particular promotion, you get drawn into a war games match. What was that experience like?
Perfect. It was exactly where I knew I needed to be after just being locked up in Western Psychiatric Hospital for 3 years. It was the best place for the psycho killer at that time to be. Um, it was caged in. It was all their first experience being locked in a cage. It wasn't mine. So I had the advantage. We may have lost the match, but I had the advantage. I did everything I had to do for the collective to win. Um, just William Renee, again, that guy, he ruined it all.
How dare he?
Yeah, it's all right. I whooped him a couple months back for all the hell he caused, so it's okay.
You mentioned, spending some time in psychiatric care. Can you tell us about the psycho killer?
Psycho Killer went through a whole lot of emotional and physical trauma from the age of 1 to the age of 20 years old. Um, there was a lot of psychological warfare in my own head. Um, I snapped. I don't remember exactly when I snapped. I know I snapped. I know I ended up in evaluation. I know I ended up having to go to a therapist. I know I had to be on medication in order for me to even be allowed out of the hospital for my visitations. Um, it was a lot of work. Um, and it was only because people couldn't treat another person right. They couldn't treat them with humanity. They, the world, not they, the world more specifically, is so used to negativity that we don't know how to be positive. And while my time in psychiatric care, I learned how to be positive about everything, even turning negatives into positives and learning how to be able to work from that. And that's what makes me dangerous because people think they get under my skin. People think they make me mad. They irritate me. They piss me off. No, I find it hilarious. I find it funny. I find it extremely funny.
You said from the years of 1 year old to 20 years old. Like you said earlier, you're 21. What kind of changed over the last year to kind of break you out of that pattern?
So I had to be on good behavior for 2 months. I got good behavior, and I had to continue going to see my therapist and the social workers and the case managers in order to make sure that I was going to be okay to leave. And they suggested that I get animals in order to kind of keep that peace and that positivity. So now I have 4 cats, and um, each one of them have different personality, and they all have a piece of me within them. So I think that was I think that was the biggest thing that has helped me since psychiatric care. I no longer go to therapy. I no longer see a therapist. I live a normal life like everybody else now, and yeah, life has been good.
Let's hope the cats don't tell you to do bad things.
Well, thankfully they have not learned how to speak yet. Now, eventually, I'm sure they're gonna learn because AI is real, and I feel like anything is possible at this point.
But just kind of going back to the Psycho Killer, he did have some pretty cool masses, no?
Yeah, the masks that were being made were um, personally based off of if the Joker and my personality collided.
Hmm.
I'm a huge Joker fan. I've recently started collecting pop vinyls, any of the pop vinyl Jokers I can find. Um, so I don't know. The Joker just tied in very well with me and the way that I was as a person and my character as a whole. And so I had a guy named Urza. Um, he started selling merchandise at a show near me, and he was making custom masks. And so we started talking, and I started sending him ideas, and he got the masks made, and then we started selling them to the fans. So then like fans were able to have like replica masks of what me and Daniel were wearing. Daniel still includes his mask into his gimmick still to this day. I've leaned more so away from the mask, but recently I broke my nose, so I kind of had to bring a variant version of the mask back just to kind of protect my face. So that was fun, and I think I'm going to continue using it as just a part of the character because when I went to my seminar with Johnny Bravo and EC3, they both really liked the mask and the way I was able to incorporate it into my character. So I think that's something that's probably going to stay for a while.
I mean, if somebody like EC3 is telling you stick with it, then you probably should stick with it.
Yeah, that man has made so much money in the game. It's ridiculous. So if he's saying to keep using it, keep up with the mask, and he was giving me some suggestions with it as well. So yeah, I think that's something that I have to use more often, for sure.
Well, another, talking about names in the business, you actually got to work extra for JCW. What was that experience like?
Absolutely insane. The amount of anxiety that I had being there was absolutely intense. Um, I ran into Joey Janela and kind of fanboyed a little bit, and now I think Joey Janela doesn't like me. So
Okay.
that's a interesting story. Congo Kong was actually the whole reason why I was able to get a position, and my trainer Brian Anthony. Originally, they needed referees, so I reached out, letting them know like, hey, I'm a worker, but like I can do this sort of thing. If I can help out in any way, let me know. And I text Congo, and he's like, yeah, like we might need some extra security tonight. And so I came down with all my stuff, my gear, my referee stuff, and my security outfit in case whatever was needed for the night, I could just hop in and they could use me. Um, and then he explains to me what I'm going to be doing. And then I look up at the guy that I'm going to have to deal with. And he's 3 times the size of me. I'm looking up at this man. And I'm like, okay, this is going to be interesting. And yeah, when I went out there and Tall Paul or Painful Paul, when I took the last ride from 15 feet in the air and I hit the mat, my soul left my body. I have never been slammed that hard in my entire life. I don't even think I've been that high from a fall in my entire life. Not even jumping off the top rope. I don't even think I could get that high. The height that I was at, and I'm afraid of heights, mind you. The height that I was at, I could see Pittsburgh from where we were at. I saw the city line. I saw over the trees. I saw the entire city line. It was an experience for sure. But I know JCW is going to be returning to Pittsburgh, I believe, sometime in June. June 27th, I believe. So I'm going to try and get out to that show as well, see if I can do anything.
And hopefully Paul won't be around.
I hope he won't be there.
But I mean, obviously JCW is one of the bigger independents out there. What was it like just to be backstage? Was it kind of like into a window into a world you'd like to be in?
Yeah, and the thing is, like, most of those people, they're just regular human beings. Like they don't look at themselves like they're anything special. There was a guy there, Matt Cross, he goes by, formerly known in Lucha Underground. I can't think of his name, but I used to watch him back in Lucha Underground, and being at the same show, sharing the same locker room, like Ricky Morton's son was there, Kerry, what's his name, Mecha Wolf from AAA was there. He's been seen on WWE television as of recent.
Yeah.
There was a lot of guys that like should have egos and they didn't. So it was nice to see that like there's people in this world. Even Violent J, I thought that guy was gonna have some type of ego, and Violent J was actually a cool dude as well. So I definitely appreciate the JCW fam. They definitely showed love, and being at a Juggalo concert was definitely once in a lifetime opportunity. So yeah, that was extremely fun.
All right. Now, well, I mean, obviously Violent J, Insane Clown Posse, obviously Psycho Killer, obviously there was a bit of a connection there.
Right. Psychedelic Records.
You mentioned Congo Kong. Got any Congo Kong stories?
I did my first like death match, and I come back, and my head's bleeding, and he's like, "Kid, you're too good looking to be scarring up your face." He was like, "Be like Sabu." He was like, "Just ruin your arms or something, or ruin your chest." And he was like, "Stay away from your face." So I was like, "All right, I appreciate that. I appreciate that." Yeah, Congo's boys, they're like based out of Indiana. So every time I'm down at JICW, like I always see like his group of students down there, and we're always chatting it up.
Congo's kids, as he calls them.
Yeah, his proteges.
Yeah.
I can't think of their names off the top of my head.
Shout
But
out to
they are
Congo.
good. They are good.
Yeah, and shout out to Congo, friend of the show as well. We're talking about, your time as a wrestler. Let's go like way back when you were a referee. What was that experience like? And was there ever a moment where things kind of clicked for you that really helped you when you did finally get into the ring properly?
Yes, I suggest that to anybody training. If you're training to be a professional wrestler, at least try to take 6 months out of your training to be a referee. There is so much information that you can learn as an official that is going to help you as a worker. Um, I had a very fun time being a referee. I would definitely be a referee in an instant if TNA contacted me right now and said, "Hey, we need an extra referee for the evening." I'm on my way. Um, if any company needs a referee, um, I was down in Indiana, and they only had one referee for the evening, and I was like, "Yo, if you need me to throw a ref shirt on and ref and wrestle, I can do that." Like, I think the crowd would find it funny with my character if I was out there being a referee and then went out there like the very next match and I'm wrestling. So I do offer that to my bookers as well. Like, if they need anything from me, uh, I'm there. And if any opportunity comes up again with the JCW and they need an official, I will be there and I will take that opportunity for sure. Um, Anything that involves wrestling, I love. I'm here for it all. Being a cameraman, being an announcer, being a commentator, being a wrestler, being a referee, being security, you name it, I'm there. I want to help. Um, I love this sport. This is my life.
Now, when it comes to refereeing, there is the ref bump. What was the worst ref bump you took?
Hmm. I don't know. I took a lot of ref bumps. Anytime there was a need for a ref bump, I was the one getting thrown in there. Um, it might have been with Sons of Mifflin County versus um, the Riot Squad. Well, no, what are they called? Riot Makers? Yeah. Sons of Mifflin County versus the Riot Makers. Matt TRK Silks and Nick Sickend. It was like group versus group, and I think it was a 6-man tag match. And I can't remember who it was. Yeah, Matt Silks picked up Sickend, and they had a fireman's carry. I get kicked in my face, roll out the ring, and I end up getting dragged by my feet to the locker room by security. There's like pictures of it. It's pretty funny. Um, yeah, that might have been like my worst ref bump, I guess. I took so many, I have no idea.
Fair enough. But I think it's time for Dae's Bizarre Adventure. You're a pro wrestler that goes up and down the roads, and weird, crazy, and bizarre things are bound to happen. Can you tell
Yes.
us a road story that fits that description?
Do we want gruesome or do we want strange?
Can we do both?
Sure, as long as it doesn't get taken down by YouTube. So we'll go with just the strange one first. So if it ends up getting taken off, whatever. So the strangest thing I've seen was on my way to Indiana. One of these roads, one of the highways we take. On the side of the road, it's mostly cornfields, and out of nowhere, there's like this spaceship, and with the spaceship is Superman standing in front of it. It's literally the most bizarre thing ever. There's a big sign behind it, and then there's like jack-o'-lanterns. But it's like the strangest thing just in the middle of the cornfields. Like it's just Superman in an airplane or Superman in a spaceship. Like it's just super, super odd. And then gruesome, I was on my way back from my seminar, or was I? No, I was on my way to. I just left the show in Charleroi, and I was on my way to Cleveland. And while we were driving, I don't know if somebody was trying to play chicken across the road, but somebody got split in half. I thought it was a deer from far away, and when we got up on it, it was a person. That was the most gruesome sight I have ever seen in my entire life. Uh, Wrestling, traveling on the road, the things you see on the road is one of one, for sure. Highly don't recommend it.
So somebody got hit
Yes,
with a car and got split in half?
in half. Their torso was on one side, their legs were on another. Like on the other side of the road.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Imagine thinking you just saw a deer and you realize it's a person and the horrifying yeah, that was sick.
I could imagine that. That is very bizarre to say the least.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The road's dangerous, man.
Unfortunately, yes. Very dangerous.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I definitely don't know how to transition out
Yeah, I
of.
was gonna say I don't know I don't know where to go from there.
Uh,
Yeah.
so I'll just ask the best question, and that is, could you tell us about Psycho Vlog?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I was gonna start doing a vlog series, and then uh life just got really busy and really hectic, and I didn't have time to edit videos and all the fun jazz that comes with being a YouTuber. So yeah, I did a Psycho Vlogs, and we went down to 880 to train, and Mikey Montgomery was down there. MV Young was down there, who I'm pretty sure is like the head trainer of 880. Uh, we went down there to kind of see, I don't know, see how things were. Um, I was looking for a new school, and they were in the area, so we made a vlog out of it, and threw some of my personal music behind it so I didn't get copywritten. And yeah, it was an experience. I ended up working down there a couple times, and yeah, that was kind of it. I worked down there a couple times, and probably won't work down there again, but it was an experience.
Do you think we'll ever see the Psycho Vlog return?
Probably not going to be psycho blogs anymore. It'd probably be something a little bit different. But I am going to start doing food reviews on my TikTok page and my Facebook page because that seems to be where I have like my most following at. So I have my first video up right now featuring Kirkland's Bussin', which it was a seafood boil. And if you haven't seen the video, I highly advise you to go watch it because the food just looks mouth-watering. And if you're ever in the Pittsburgh area, I highly suggest y'all go to Kirkland's Bussin'. It's in McKees Rocks. It is extremely good. Kind of on the pricier side, but I promise that money that you're paying is well worth it. Free sponsor. Not even a paid production.
What else do you have coming down the line when it comes to these food reviews?
We shall see. There's a lot of like good food spots, at least in Pittsburgh, and I love food, so I'm definitely gonna be trying like newer spots. I like small owned businesses. I like to support small owned businesses as well as, some bigger businesses. We have some Thai cuisine around here, some Indian cuisine. We have Salvadorian cuisine around here. Like there's a lot of different options. So yeah, more food reviews, whatever I find interesting, or if people get in my comment section and suggesting places for me to go review, then I'm all for it. I love to eat.
Alright, so actually good food, not necessarily weird or bizarre food.
Well, I do like weird and bizarre food as well. So I'm Hispanic. So in Puerto Rico, one of the delicacies down there is octopus, and a lot of people find that very strange. But I absolutely love octopus as one of my favorite things to eat in the whole wide world. So yeah, I like to try anything and everything at least one time. You kind of have to, at least in my perspective. So yeah, I'm always up for trying something new or something strange.
Alright, well, I mean, you might want to check out what Jack Talos is doing because he's ate some very bizarre things in the past. Most notably, edible scorpions from Amazon.
Yes, I've had those before. I've had those in crickets that were like dusted in cheese.
Yeah, and canned possum apparently.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, maybe a collab is worth doing.
Yeah, it possibly could be there in the future.
Now, can you tell us about your love of Dragon Ball Z?
So, I was in middle school and I was trying to get into something to read, and I ended up finding the manga of the Dragon Ball series in my library. And so I originally started there. I started reading the manga and going through each individual books. And then I like watched a couple of the episodes in the series, but like I couldn't really fall in love with it. Like I don't know, I didn't like the animated like actual video version rather than like the comic was. So I didn't really watch any of those, but yeah, if you hand me a Dragon Ball Z book, I will definitely read that for sure. Those are like my only anime I like is Dragon Ball.
Have you read other mangas?
No. I think one or two. My middle school was a very poor middle school, so we were lucky to even have books in our library. That's why it was like one of those like cool finds. It's like, oh yeah, this is something interesting that I can get behind. So yeah, like Dragon Ball is really my only anime I really got into.
Gotcha. Did you complete the whole series of books?
Unfortunately not. I think there's like 8 or 9 books or so, and I only read 2 or 3, and I don't even think they were in the right order. Yeah. Unfortunate.
Is that something you'd like to go back and try and revisit?
Eventually, once I have a little bit more time to read a full book again. Um, I have another book I'm trying to get into right now. I cannot remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it's about a child with autism that ends up making the guitars for Ace Frehley and the band Kiss. It was one of those I started reading whenever I was a kid and didn't fully read it, and I just went back to my dad's house for Easter, and I was like, "Hey, I'm stealing this book because I never got to finish it. I will give it back to you once I'm done." He was like, "Yeah, go for it." So yeah, that's my next one I gotta read.
Okay. Well, you said that you're not necessarily, a proper anime fan, but you are a fan of Pokemon as well, no?
Yes, yes. I used to have a 3DS, and I had the Black Kyurem and White Kyurem 3DS Pokemon game, and I have a bunch of Pokemon cards from GX to EX to YX. I have a couple only made in Japan cards. I have an original Pikachu. Um, I think there was only like 100 or so made, and I have the one. But to be honest with you, I have no clue where any of my Pokemon cards went. I have no idea. I've moved so many times from so many different states. I've lost a lot of my collection, and that also goes with my action figures. I lost a lot of my collection. So, yeah, once upon a time, I had a bunch of Pokemon cards. I no longer do, but yeah, Pokemon, I used to like actually play the Pokemon cards. Me and my dad would sit at the table and actually like battle against each other.
Hmm. I know a lot of people collect the cards, but very few of them actually play the game.
Yeah, man. Like I was that big. I got that big into it where like we actually learned how to play the actual Pokemon. It's fun.
Oh yeah. Who's your favorite Pokemon?
Ooh. Um I'm gonna say based off the look is Crocodile. One because he was the first Mega card that I ever had. So that one, Crocodile just holds a special place in my heart.
I gotcha. And what's your spirit Pokemon?
Ah, I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure.
Okay, well,
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
I'm gonna have to yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna have to throw my skip card on that one because I'm not sure. We'll be here for 2 hours if I try and sit here and think on this.
well, we could maybe come back to it.
Yeah, yeah, we might have to.
Let's get into the colossal question. Let's say they're making a movie about you. Every movie has a soundtrack. What would be the first three songs on your movie soundtrack?
Ooh. Yo, look at you hitting me with these hard questions. What? Okay. Um,
Pull out that good Spotify if you need to.
yeah, wow. Yeah, what you got me stumped. What's happening here? Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Well, yeah, let me up on my Spotify because I'm guessing it's gonna be something heavier. It's not gonna be any like R&B, rap, hip hop, anything like that. It's probably gonna be rock genre. Um, Geez, a movie about my life. Oh my goodness. We gonna have to find out. gonna go. We're gonna go with "Headstrong" by Trapped because that's me through and through. I don't care who you are. I will probably punch you in your nose just because I feel like it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Popular Monster is probably going to be a second one because I feel like a lot of people know me. But I have my own demons. I have my own problems as well. So, Popular Monster, it's a good one.
Okay.
And then Ring of Fire or God's Gonna Cut You Down by Johnny Cash for my third. Because either one of those, that could take the cake.
Okay. Well, definitely a solid 4 picks, to say the least. And everybody knows you get the soundtrack first, then you write the script, and then you go with the casting. Who plays you? And you can't say yourself because you are obligated to make a Stan Lee-esque cameo.
Oh, that's hilarious. Okay. Who would play me? We're gonna make this movie. This is gonna be a cat movie, so I'm gonna have one of my cats play me as the character. That's how I'm gonna do this. Yep, I'm switching it up. I'm switching it up.
Okay. Dae Jamison played by a cat.
Yep.
Now, every movie has a supporting cast. Who would be 3 people significant to you and your story that would be in your movie?
My grandmother, because she was there from like very, very jump of everything. A professional wrestler known as Lee Moriarty because he had a lot to do with my early time in training and how successful and how far I wanted to make it. And then, man, probably my best friend Joey because I've been through pretty much all the ups and downs throughout everything in my life with that man. He's been there. He's been there from the jump, from when my mom went to jail to me getting kicked out of my house to just a bunch of everything. So that's gonna have to be my 3 pick: my grandmother, my best friend, and Lee Moriarty.
And I'm assuming everybody's being played by cats, correct?
It's only right.
You're gonna get a call from Lee, and he's like, "Dude, why the hell am I a cat?"
It's all right. Well, his gimmick is Tiger Style Lee Moriarty. So if he really has any comments on that, I'll make sure that I make him Bruce Lee's favorite cat, and he might be happy with that.
Well, this is sounding like a great movie, a blockbuster to say the least, and you could pre-order the tickets now. Onto a controversial subject: pineapple on pizza. What's your stance?
It depends. I don't like so if you're doing pineapple on pizza, I don't like the ham effect with it. I'd rather do a bacon. So like a crunchy, and then you get a little. So it's like that the maple bacon donut that you can get. You get a little bit of the sweet, you get a little bit of the saltiness, and then the red sauce kind of. I'm not a huge pineapple on pizza fan, but if I were supposed to eat pineapple on pizza, it's gonna be pineapple and bacon rather than pineapple and ham.
Okay, so it kind of sounds like you're leaning more towards anti rather than pro.
Yes, I am, but I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with pineapple on pizza because I know a few people that quite enjoy it, and I'm not going to take that away from them.
Okay, so not quite willing to draw fist for it.
Yeah, no, like if somebody's eating it, I'm gonna mind my own business and act like I didn't see it because might make me a little bit, but uh, you know, hey, do what you got to do, man. I'm not paying for it, so you got it. There you go.
Gotcha. All right. We have circled around. Have you decided on a spirit Pokemon?
And y'all will have to come back for a part two, cause y'all will have to come back for a part two, cause Dae Jamison can't think of a spirit card, so he's gonna sweep that one underneath the rug, act like that question wasn't asked.
Fair enough. Um, we love the late great Tracy Smothers on the show. Do you know the acronym for Thug? THUG.
I do not.
T is for terrible, H is for hell, U is for ugly, and G is for jail. Because a Doug can't spell.
That's amazing.
Yes, we love the late great Tracy Smothers, trying to keep the memory alive on the show.
No, that's awesome, man.
Weirdest question you'll be asked on a wrestling interview, hopefully. Would you ever consider wrestling a Rock? Not Dwayne Johnson, not the country, an actual physical Rock.
I'll wrestle a broom if they give it to me. So yes, the answer is yes.
Just for context, there is a wrestler named Psycho Mike that indeed wrestled a Rock for over 15 minutes in a Tungsten Man match. That's an Iron Man match that lasts for 2 weeks.
Yeah, Psycho Mike is he's one of a kind, and we love him very much. Um, he definitely has a future ahead of him as long as he can keep the character working. That's all I gotta say.
Keep that keep it to the head camera.
Yeah, hard cam, hard cam, hard cam. Stare at the hard cam.
On a more serious note, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Genuinely, I hope signed. But if that doesn't happen, continuing to work on myself until we get to that point. I know the biggest factor for me right now is I'm not built. I'm not built like a professional wrestler. I'm not built like a superstar yet. So once my body kind of shapens up to where it needs to be, then hopefully we'll get a call here from AEW or TNA or Ring of Honor, NWA, somewhere. I'm ready for the opportunity. I'm ready for the challenge. I'm ready to prove why I belong. I'm ready to show why I belong. And if that means I have to run laps around people in order to make that happen, I'm willing to do that.
And what is a match people should go out of their way to see that best shows off you as a pro wrestler?
You can find me wrestling none other, formerly known as Fuego del Sol, now known as KJ Orso. You can find that match on YouTube. Or you can go watch my match with Brandon Valor for the JICW Cruiserweight Championship. Or you could go watch Dae Jamison and Ampo versus Maul and Sombre at SCW. Those are three options that if you want to see some cool action, some cool stuff, it's definitely some good ones to go watch.
You said we can find those on YouTube, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. If they are indeed on YouTube, I will definitely grab a link to them and put it in the description of the video below. But on YouTube and Castbox, for anybody that hasn't seen him, wants to see him, wants to re-see him after this interview. And since we are nearing the conclusion of this interview, we are wrestling with the 8 questions of doom. This is our speed round, our bonus round, the round where we see who you really are. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Excluding yourself, greatest wrestler of all time.
Ooh, the greatest wrestler of all time. Oh, Lord. AJ Styles.
Worst wrestler.
Kevin Nash.
Ooh, not a fan of Big Sexy. You're main eventing WrestleMania for the World Championship. Who is your opponent?
Batista.
If you could come out to anyone's entrance music, past or present, who would it be?
The Fire Burns, CM Punk's original theme song, and Randy Orton's original theme song as well.
Hell yeah. Finish the sentence. Kayfabe is...
Dead.
We would have also accepted taste great on toast. Squash. Vegetable or fruit?
Squash is a vegetable.
It is indeed a fruit.
What?
Yes, it has seeds. Tomato logic. Yes. New Japan wrestler Tai Chi. His ring gear gets smaller every year, revealing more of himself to the world. My question, what is the appropriate trunks to butt cheek ratio for ring gear?
Trunk to butt cheek ratio. In my personal opinion, your butt should be covered completely. That's why I wear tights. I like swimsuit. I don't like the triple. Man, I don't know. Randy Orton style. Your butt needs to be covered, and your junk needs to be covered.
So full coverage.
Yeah, man, I don't think you should have your butt cheeks out. I don't know, like Rikishi and the stink face, like that's like, oh man, your sweaty butt cheek on my face is disgusting. I have to wash myself in bleach for 2 months just to get your sweat off of me.
And the last question, the main event, the thing everybody wants to know. Have you ever had a conversation with a stranger in a supermarket about Darby Allin?
Never.
And that is the correct answer. And that will conclude this interview. Thank you so much for coming on and doing this with me.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. And once again, where can we find all things Dae Jamison on social media?
At Real Dae Jamison, you can find me on every single stream or every single platform. You can find me on Twitch at Real Dae Jamison 412. You can find my link tree, which is Dae.Jamison412, which will also take you to all of my social media profiles as well. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you please drop a follow, drop a subscribe for the guys here. And thank you so much for having me on, man. I appreciate you.
Absolutely. And you don't have to type it into your Google machine. All of the links to all his social media will be in the description of the video below, but on YouTube and Castbox. Simply click the link. A new tab will appear on whatever device you are on. You have no excuse. Give him a damn follow. And if you're at a show, buy a damn shirt. Of course, thank you for listening. If you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, and comment. But on YouTube and Castbox, this was sponsored by Rogue Energy and Player One Coffee. Join us next Tuesday and Wednesday for new incredible interviews, and follow the show at Wrestling with E, both on X, Thread, and Instagram for information on who we're interviewing, when we're interviewing them, links to those interviews, and so much more. Follow me personally at JamesJ993. Alright, when I say Wrestling With, you say entertainment, okay?
Yes, sir.
For our special guest, Dae Jamison, Coleco Yacht, Scooter Dust, I am James J, and this has been Wrestling with
Entertainment.
Hey folks, this is the Colossal Mike Law, and you are listening to Wrestling with Entertainment. Enjoy the show, support these guys. We appreciate it very much. We'll see you at ringside.